worlds. It is a great rendezvous now, every year around the time, for young musicians and dancers and artists and composers. And a great treat, as Martha Teichner is about to tell us, for audiences.
In South Carolina, slow and easy, southern and sultry. And every year at this time, it's a place where the old guard meets the avant-garde. Charleston is home to Spoleto USA, America's most comprehensive arts festival. But this year, the church bells that rang out over the city during the American Revolution almost didn't ring in Spoleto 94.
Charleston is as well known for the wars it's witnessed as it is for its graceful architecture. The Civil War started here. And in a classic example of art imitating life, Spoleto has just barely survived its own War of Secession. Last October, after 17 years, the festival's founder, composer Carlo Menotti, quit in a huff.
They stole my name, and they use it, and it's just like it's a fake festival now. It's just like people selling Gucci fake Gucci bags in street corners, you know, at half the price.
Menotti left Charleston dangling, just like a character in one of this year's Spoleto productions. The drama on stage, a metaphor for the melodrama behind the scenes.
It was very close to the edge. Very worthwhile things, almost always close to the edge. The space between a great success and failure is tiny. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you.
Charleston Mayor Joe Riley had a party for Spoleto volunteers. But until mid-March, there wasn't much to party about. In fact, it wasn't clear until then there would even be a festival. Menotti's departure put Spoleto USA in financial cardiac arrest. The words are about right for what Charleston had to do to make Spoleto survive. In order to find $3.2 million fast, an arts administrator and lobbyist, Milton Rhodes, was hired.
We were trying to sell tickets and trying to say the festival's own, but we were going to major donors and saying, hey, if you don't help us get out of this mess we're in, it isn't going to happen, and you're going to lose this festival.
But by last week's opening, better than $3 million had been found, and ticket sales topped 1 million. In year one, after Menotti, Spoleto USA still respects the founder's vision of what a festival should be. His formula, an eclectic, sometimes provocative artistic mix in an irresistible location.
The box comes in the house free, 5,000 channels.
This year's alternative to a traditional play is George Coates' production, The Box Conspiracy, a virtual reality look at life on the information superhighway. Spoleto has also retained one other ingredient Menotti mandated. It must showcase young performers.
Yeah, that's beautiful. If we could just find that at the very beginning, it will be wonderful.
But time turned Spoleto's grown-ups, its regulars, into stars, both in Charleston and Spoleto, Italy. The prototype festival Giancarlo Menotti started in 1958 and still controls. He forced personalities like Joseph Flummerfelt, director of the Westminster Choir, into a challenge of loyalty, forced them to choose Charleston or Italy, not both. Flummerfelt picked Charleston. Many others left.
I did realize that the Westminster Choir and I were a kind of symbol, and that had we, along with everyone else, gone to the Italian festival, it might have been difficult, more difficult for this festival to survive. That was certainly a part of my decision.
In the lobby of America's oldest theater, the day's chamber music program is written on a blackboard, just like last year.
First movement is allegro. Second is an andantino piuttosto. What's tosto? Anybody know?
Pianist Charles Wadsworth is host, just like last year. Survival came first. Reassurance is next. Reassurance to past festival goers that what they loved about Spoleto is still there and will continue to be. Historically, Spoleto posters make veiled references to festival politics. The man who designed this year's, Ulrico Menotti, says it is Spoleto being liberated from the labyrinth of its troubles.
Give a very strong image of hoping, hoping. Yes.
It is all that the community itself brings. I mean, the extraordinary charm of the architecture and the streets and whatever that sort of ephemeral thing is that makes a place what it is. It's rather difficult to describe, but very, very evident to all who are here.
And so, once again, Spoleto USA opened in Charleston last week. The full moon was spectacular. And there was music.